So I'm Ed Hubbard, also known under the legendary name of Ed the Pagan. Today we're at Heartland on Monday morning. It's about 9 a.m. It's quiet, it's peaceful, it's really nice. A lot of the people have gone home on the festival, so this is really nice. The last of us are here for this very last bit of the festival here today. So this weekend was Heartland Legend and Myths. I think this was the 33rd Heartland, if I had that correct. And I have not been back here for 5 years. So the thing I can tell you, what I can tell you about this weekend, the first thing I knew, I didn't realize how much I missed this place. I know it's silly, I've only been here like a couple of times, but I actually really missed this place. And I didn't know it till I walked on the land. Camp Gaia is what it's called, or Gaia Retreat, which is controlled by a 501c3. So it's actually sacred land, developed and properly used, and it's maintained. It's lots of acres. And so it's a beautiful place that has been kind of turned into a campground for several festivals every year and for people to retreat to. My impressions of this weekend are really twofold. Let me first talk about kind of the physicality of it. It was a pretty hot weekend. And so that made for a lot of sort of dedicated actions. And the religion here is hydrate. I've never seen anybody so concerned. They gave away water bottles. They had water everywhere. They had water in every way you can to. And when you show detail to that small, singular point, you don't know how many different conferences I've gone to, or how many places I've gone, they don't take care of that little detail. When you take care of that little detail, everything else builds up from there. So my first impression is they care so much about their people. Absolutely care so much about their people. They want to make sure they all have water. My second impression, and this one's a more personal impression, there's something about this land that tears at you. This land tears at me. This weekend I was a keynote speaker. Now I've been a speaker a lot of times, but this is the first time I got to put my speaking up front. So yes, I was real appreciative of that. I was basically speaking about what's going to happen over the next 36 months. I basically talked to my community about what I was seeing in the future, 36 months in the future, today. So I was talking about cyber ministry. I was talking Think Like a Pagan for the first time. I talked about the future tense of being Thinking Like a Pagan, the power of composting, how our community can build itself, how it can live a better life, and how I'm going to back it. So this land tears at me enough that I want to do well by it. I want these people to do good. And I'm willing to do almost anything for them. So in it, I even offered to facilitate a wedding, to give somebody their dream. All they did is they wanted to make a wish, and I said yes. As you know, I do that. From here, I don't want to rebuild the world. I don't want to change the world here. I don't want to fight here. That's the difference. I really thank you for bringing me here. Two, I really like the clarity of thought that they brought to me. They have made me want to recommit to my cause. They're the ones, this is where I led into the earthworm business. This is where I decided I had to change my life. And when I saw other friends of mine here, and they changed their lives, there was something went through us. Here, Foxglove was made a saint amongst her peers. I will never, ever forget that. I authorized a high priestess. I proved that I had a high priestess in my own way. That I had one that I could actually trust and be a part of. My best friend came out here. And I let him be a documentarian instead of being in charge of everything. I brought one of my best friends out here just because she wanted to come. And they got treated so well. They got treated so perfectly. They didn't have to do that. This is the pagan community of my dreams. And I don't know why it's taken this long anyone to build it. And I'm glad it wasn't me. Because in the end of the day, I can't build this. I can challenge the world. I can build big things. I can finance the community. I've got the money. I've got the power. But no one has ever made me care before. That's what Heartland's about for me.